We are back with another review, and today I'm going to be going through my top 10 Funko Pops from my collection. Now, these are Pops that basically I like a lot, and ones that I not particularly might not have a lot of value, a lot of them, but they're ones that I particularly like and that I actually have for my own private collection. And these are the top 10, so without further ado, let's hop right into this review. So first on the list, we got a newer one, but I'll show you why I like them in a second. We got Slimer from the Ghostbusters series. Let's pop him out and see what we got going on over here. I'll show you why I like him a lot. So right off the bat, you could probably, if you know Slimer, you probably know that the pop itself is basically sitting in goo the entire time. Check that out. You probably see why I like Slimer. He's got that ectoplasm, that goo, just kind of supporting him up, and he's well, the hot dogs are funny, but it's just a nice rendition of Slimer right there. I do like the Slimer Pops, and he sits pretty good. He's a good display piece, especially, and I just think it's a cool common. I mean, sometimes commons are cool, and I know I'm like the only one who's going to admit it. Everyone's likes their chases and stuff, but sometimes commons are cool, and this is definitely a cool common. So number 10 is going to be Slimer. Let's get Slimer out the way over here. Move him aside. Next on the list we got is number 9 is going to be MacGyver. There's Mac right there. He's got his little pocket knife, and he is the only one in his particular series. So it's Funko Pop Television. MacGyver, he was a Target exclusive when he dropped, and it was only him. And I like MacGyver, the show, a lot, so having MacGyver in my collection is definitely cool. I got Chuck Norris already, so we got MacGyver too now. So MacGyver is definitely another one that I like. Coming in next, we got a vaulted pop, and this is the Doom Marine. And we'll go through the whole Doom series in another video, but out of all of them, I do like the regular old Doom Marine right there in the green suit. He's got the double-barrel shotgun, pretty cool. If you watch my playthrough on YouTube of my Doom 2016 playthrough, you'll definitely know I love that game a lot. It's a good one. And the series did have the Cyber Demon and a 6-inch pop version, the Space Marine, and then it had multiple variations of the Space Marine. Just like in the game, how you received the little Doom guys. Basically, you get the Doom guy version of those. So we'll go through those when we go through the whole Doom set. But the Doom Space Marine is definitely my number 8 spot. And I put little markers on the corner here. If you see that on any of the pops that we're going through today, that just means that it's vaulted. It's something that I like to put on the outside of my pop protectors to let me know which ones are vaulted or not. And whenever one of my pops get vaulted, I just slap one of these little dots on them in the corner, and that just lets me know that that one happens to be vaulted. So Doom Marine coming in next. Next, we got a nice 6-inch pop, and we're going to pop this one out the box. We got the Lord of the Rings Balrog. This is not the glow Balrog, but it is the Balrog, which is a gnarly figure. Definitely one of my faves for sure. Now, again, I said a lot of these aren't going to be high dollar amount, high value pops, but they're definitely cool pops that at least I like having in my collection. And the Balrog looks gnarly. Look at this guy. Look at that. He's all black. He's got the red little details, accents. He's got the fire breaking through his flesh there. He's just a cloud of smoke with fire inside. It's pretty awesome. And then you got the acrylic flames coming out of the top of his skull, fire coming out of his mouth. Really cool. He's got the flame whip. I mean, great for a nice action shot, I imagine, if you were doing some kind of a diorama with him and Gandalf and the whole crew there. Definitely would be a nice action shot right there. So the Balrog is a 6-inch large heavy vinyl pop. There's the back right there. You can check out its tail and everything. Really cool pop. They did do a glow version of this, but I like the regular version, the standard version, and I have this one in my regular collection. I wouldn't mind having the glow one, but it's not something I'm sought after right now in regards to the figure itself. But this one is totally cool. So the Balrog is definitely going to be a big one that's on my list, but definitely one that's on there. Next, we got the Rocco's Modern Life Chase, which is the Chase version of the Rocco's Modern Life. So Rocco has just Rocco and Heifer for now. I imagine they're going to do another wave with maybe Filbert or the Big Heads or something. I don't really know. They might even do, I'll be honest with you, they might even do Pop Town and do Rocco's house. That would be sick if they did that. with maybe another variant of Rocco. But this Rocco has the red nose with the drip on his nose. And if you watch the show and you're a fan of Rocco's Modern Life, you know that when Rocco is, most of the time he's sick in the show, when he's sick, he has that red nose like that. So, and then you can see his eyes are all dazed and confused right there as well. So this was a really cool, Chase version of the Rocco pop, and I like how accurate it is to the TV show. A lot of the time, some of the chases, you're just like, well, what does that chase even mean in regards to the show or the movie that the franchise is tied to? This one, whoever made this pop and designed the chase, definitely watched the show and was a fan, and I think they did a good job with this particular chase. So the Rocco Chase is definitely on the list. I think this is it's number 6. So number 6, we got the Rocco's Modern Life chase. Number 5, we got the Contest of Champions, Howard the Duck. Now this one, we'll just leave him in the box. He's big. But this one is Howard the Duck leaning on his mech right there. You can see that. Let's do this. Let's pop him out the box. We'll just leave him in his protected little shield there. How's that sound? Let's, if we can slide it all the way through. There we go. So we don't damage the box. That's the main key right there. Put this over here, and then we'll check Howard the Duck out. So Howard the Duck is sitting on his mech right there. You can see him sitting in there in his little shirt. Now it's a little bit different rendition of Howard the Duck than the one that they actually released the Funko Pop of. The Funko Pop that they actually released looks more like Howard the Duck from the comic book. This one looks more like I guess a Funko version of the movie version, which is really cool. I don't know what the Contest of Champions is. I'm not a Marvel fan, but I do like Howard the Duck. Howard the Duck is a cool comic book, and there's his mech that he's sitting in. I think the mech is really cool. It's got the grips. The body is made basically a duck bill, which is really cool. And then he's just chilling on top. It's not a removable pop, so you can't take him out of the seat up there where he's sitting, but nonetheless, it is a pop inside of a suit, which is pretty cool. It's not just a pop. So Howard the Duck at number 5. Number 4, we got the Batman 1989. And we're going to pop him out of the box, and we're going to actually check him out right now. We're going to get him out of there and see what we got going on here. And then we'll slide our letter opener through there. A little pop action like that. And we'll slide out Batman. And here's Batman 1989. We talked about this in another video. It's the 80-year anniversary of Batman. You got 1989 Batman right there. The year just changes with the different Batman. But this is my favorite version, the Michael Keaton one, and it is very accurate to the actual costume of that rendition. And look at that cape. I think that cape is cool, how it just kind of swooshes off to the side. You got the Batarang over here, which is from the exact 89 movie. You got the bat belt right there. You got the gauntlets. I mean, the suit and everything, even the bat symbol right there. Very accurate. Face is superb pop, like this one. Out of all the Batman that are out there, this is definitely my favorite one, by far. Fan of the 1989 version. And that's the only Batman pop that I do have is this one right here. And it's probably the only one I will have unless they release any more 1989 versions of Batman. But this one is so cool. I love the way that they did the head sculpt on that. The suit sculpt is like identical to the actual Batman from 1989. I love it. It's awesome. It's definitely a cool pop. And that was coming in at number 4, so you can see that. Definitely a favorite of mine. Now again, these are from all different genres that I'm doing this top 10 list on. And they're basically all over the place. I mean, there's some chases in here, there's commons, there's some rare ones, there's some not rare ones, there's vaulted, there's not vaulted. So it's just a variety. But the next one on the list is going to be the GameStop exclusive Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th 8-bit pop series. Now this one is definitely a personal favorite of mine. The Friday the 13th game on the NES was a game I played a lot when I was a kid and could not get anywhere in the game. It was definitely something that I struggled with as a child, and this was definitely something that I remember specifically playing all the time. And getting this little pop is pretty cool, seeing him in action right there. And I like how they did the little excerpt from the back here where Jason's in the room and you fight Jason in the actual cabin, which is cool. And they got the little bloody knife here. And just like the 8-bit, the regular 8-bit version, they just basically did it this this purple and the teal color. Now they did another one with Batman, which is a purple and teal Batman from the NES version as well, which is a favorite of mine, but it just wasn't enough to make the cut on the list. It is one I have in my collection. I do like the 2 NES pops that they did drop, which is the Jason Voorhees and the Batman one. Those are the closest you're going to get to an NES themed pop. But Jason Voorhees coming in at number 3, GameStop exclusive, 8-bit, Friday the 13th. Pretty awesome pop right there. Definitely worthy of a number 3 spot for sure. Number 2 is a recent one, just dropped, just finished the set as well. But I started off with this. This was the first pop that I got in the Caddyshack, first wave, and I got the Chase Ty Webb. I paid under $25 for him when I actually picked him up, which is pretty decent because, to be honest with you, they were nowhere to be found, even if you were doing a nice pop hunt. But the Chase Ty Webb has the blindfold on when he does the na-na-na-na-na scene. It's really nice that they did a nice, accurate portrayal of Ty Webb. And what a great character to memorialize as well in a Funko Pop form is this Ty Webb Pop. I think they did a great job with this, and it's cool that they did this as the chase for Ty Webb. I'm glad they just launched the series, period, to be honest with you, because the Caddyshack series and some of the 80s comedy stuff that they've been relaunching is really great. Like the Ghostbusters series that they relaunched, it's pretty cool that they're basically delving into some fandoms of people who are of all different ages. It's not just anime and young children's cartoons. It also goes into some kind of older fandoms that would capture, I guess, a little bit of an older audience, like myself. There you go. I collect the Caddyshack set. I have all these with all their chases and all their variants, and we're going to go through that in another video. But for this video, Ty Webb comes in at number 2. Basically, I mean, the accuracy of this one and the fact that this was the chase version that they chose for this pop is superb. I am so glad that they did that, and that's one of the reasons why it's one of my favorite pops, is because of this particular accuracy to the fandom and the fan service that they are playing to the fandom when they're making stuff that's, if you like the character, then you know. Now, number 1 is going to be my all-time favorite. It's I'll go into it. I have the entire series of DuckTales and Darkwing. I have a lot of Disney stuff that I do collect Funko Pops of, but the Entertainment Earth exclusive Scrooge McDuck is definitely one of my favorite DuckTales pops, if not my favorite pop that's in my collection. I love the classic red tuxedo vest that he has on. He's got his number 1 dime, just like in the vaulted pop. It's the Entertainment Earth exclusive. The only difference is they changed the vest he's wearing, the color of the paint on top of his feet, the color of the paint that's on his top hat. I believe it's red. It's red in the Funko version, and then the vest is blue. So it's basically just an inverse of colors. But this inverse Entertainment Earth exclusive, it even has the newer, this is the newer DuckTales line, I guess, that they relaunched. And this is the color of his jacket that he has in that new launch. Now, the number 1 dime is interesting because the dime is gold in this one, which is interesting. I think it's gold in the regular line DuckTales one. But Scrooge McDuck with the red vest is definitely my favorite. It's the same as the vaulted one, only it's an inverted color scheme, and that makes it the Entertainment Earth exclusive. But this is definitely one of my favorite pops in my entire collection, and they just dropped this one. It is super cheap. You could pick one of these up for like $11 shipped. I have the vaulted one as well. I know it probably should be in this lineup because it's worth more than this one, but I like this one better because I like the color scheme. I do like the 90s color scheme of Scrooge McDuck because, I mean, we just did the review where I did the comparison using all Scrooges for the throwdown between Fat Mojo and Funko. But when it comes to pops, I do like this version better because I do like the classic red coated Scrooge, and they did it in an exclusive, which is amazing. I'm kind of glad they're not going to go with this new themed launch for pops. The other one was fine. I'll be excited to see if they do other waves of DuckTales pops in any fashion, but I do have all the other pops that they dropped from DuckTales, and we'll do those in another video. But this is definitely my number 1 pop that I have in my collection. It's Scrooge McDuck, Entertainment Earth, inverse outfit, exclusive, number 555 out of the Funko Pop line. It's just basically the Pop line. It's number 555. So if you like my top 10 Funko Pops in my collection, let me know down in the comments below. If you have any Pops that you liked in this collection specifically, or have any kind of attachments to, let me know down there as well. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want more content like this, subscribe for more. I do toy reviews and comparisons all the time, so be on the lookout for that. And have a great rest of your day.